Alright, what's up everybody? This is A7X Van Ben, and welcome back to Vassal Campaign Game 4. This video is going to show the pirate counterattack on the Barbary Corsairs in the northeast section of the ocean. So the Corsairs attacked last turn. You can see the battlefront here. The pirates are going to take quite a while for this attack because they have a ridiculous amount of firepower and special abilities and combos at their disposal. So it's going to be one of the crazier campaign game attacks that I've ever seen in all my history of playing games, and this is the biggest fleet I've ever commanded. So this pirate fleet right now has 196 ships in it, so at least probably a dozen or more we'll see some combat this turn. So we're going to get things started off actually with, ironically, a Barbary Corsair ship. So this is the captured Osiris, and it's got the SAT ability, so we're going to go ahead and roll for that first. So I think it's provided, let me just make sure I don't mess anything up. So I'm just going to be looking at crew throughout the turn to see what they have. They used Langarli as reroll. There's a ton of custom stuff in play, so you might not recognize a lot of names. But so Danby and Arestelos is the custom with SAT, so he's going to be using SAT right now. Also known as Born Leader, of course. Okay, so they didn't get it. They already used the reroll on that ship from a different custom crew on the AA ability, which they did not get, I don't think, this turn. They still have their one AA that they rolled for, and they still have Elizabeth's Piece of 8, which is on the Jolly Mon in this fog bank up here. So Jolly Mon will be donating her action to a different ship in the pirate fleet, pretty much definitely during this combat phase here. So no SAT. So if she'd gotten the SAT, I think she was probably gonna head for the home island. But now that she doesn't have it, she's not gonna be able to get away as much. And Anubis has the canceling ability built in. That's the Barbary Corsair 3-master, kind of in the middle of the battle there. So that's why there's an S segment measuring from it. The green, astern of the Flying Dutchman, just means she got hit with Stinkbot Shot on the Corsair turn last round, so she can't use any crew abilities this turn. And the blue, astern of HMB Saida, just means that she got stuck in the Sargasso Sea, so that's more applicable for the Corsair turn. But anyway, so Osiris, the key here is she has an ability that says up to 2 friendly ships within S of the ship get +1 to their cannon rolls, so kind of a modified version of the cheerleader ability with a cap on it. So the Corsairs kind of want to use that, but at the same time they gotta kind of get her out of the way in order to actually shoot at the enemy ships in the first place. So I think they're gonna, Anubis definitely doesn't want to waste her canceller ability on the Osiris's helmsman or oarsman. Well, not that she needs oarsman, I guess the galley keyword. So she'll save it for later, and Osiris is gonna head, I think, just over here in general. She's just gonna try to get clear of the area to some extent and allow some pirate ships, such as the ones to the west, to come in and shoot at some of these Barbary Corsair ships. So with that out of the way, I think Splinter will be next. So basically, the ships that got really beat up last turn by the Corsairs are going to try to get out of the way so the pirates can bring their full firepower to bear. So Splinter takes up a lot of space with those oars. She's gonna, I'll zoom in here so you can see the battlefield a little bit better. But Splinter is probably gonna head like south-southwest, I think. This ship by the Whirlpool is the Slash, and she's gonna be given one of the early actions this turn. Pretty soon, actually. Flying Dutchman could stand and fight, but I think it'd be better if she tried to move out of the way, because she doesn't have any cannons left. She can't use any crew abilities. So yeah, I think her best bet right now is to move like that, basically. I think I'll try that. And then in that case, Splinter probably won't be next, actually. I think I'll move the Slash, then Splinter, and then Vortex. Vortex has a canceller ability, so that's definitely going to come into play here. It could be pretty key based on what the pirates are trying to do. 'So with that, I'll move to the Slash, which is a custom 4-master. And this one actually has my custom version of Captain Randy on board, my pirate friend from Vegas that loves Pirate CSG as well. And the Slash, though, has the extraction ability built into the ship, and she gets +1 to her cannon rolls as well, so it's pretty stacked right now. So this is a pretty deadly ship. She's got reroll as well. So let me see if I can see. Oh yeah, Captain Randy has the captain ability, reroll, and Spanish crew can use their abilities on this ship. So he's providing the reroll. So we're gonna roll for SAT on Vortex. Alright, so that one didn't work. And then reroll. Alright, so no SAT. That might kind of affect where she goes, because she was originally going to try to go pretty far northeast. She'll still try to round the stern, I think, of the 10-masted ship here, which is the Crown Jewel. The Crown Jewel is a big target of the pirates this turn, as you'll see pretty soon. But she's got a defensive equipment called Iron-Plated Hull, which we'll see very soon. Alright, let me see if I can get this angle right. Let's see. I'm trying to round the stern without ramming, obviously. That looks good. That looks good because on a 10-master, the flag actually wouldn't be at the stern. It wouldn't be extending past the deck. So that looks pretty good actually. So part of the reason I want to do that because the ship actually has the bow cannons equipment, which is a custom equipment I made. So it's got 4 LL, so LL range, rank 4, 2 cannons that shoot directly forward of the ship's bow, and they can't have their rank or range improved. So the Slash, so those will not get the +1 bonus with the World Hater built in, but she can still use them. So she's going to target the Great Desert, which is that Corsair 4-master there. So first shots of the battle. Oh, nice. 2 hits. Nice. Alright, so Great Desert loses the mast. This is a good omen for the pirates. They are kicking things off. This is going to be just a legendary attack turn for the ages, to say the least. Alright, so let's finish up the Slash here. So I'm going to go bow to stern. Alright, let me think about... So she's got bows and arrows equipment as well. An extra 4L cannon that only eliminates crew. Can shoot from any mast, even an eliminated mast. But then up here, the Crown Jewel has iron-plated hull. And it says whenever the ship is hit, roll a d6. On a 5 or 6, the ship ignores that hit. So that's going to make this attack take quite a while longer. I'm just going to reference my spreadsheet, see if she has any other defensive abilities. Oh yeah, she has crew protect. So I probably should have moved the Vortex first, because that makes the bows and arrows kind of irrelevant. But it looks like that's her only defensive ability. I'm just going to look through these real quick just to make sure I don't miss any other defensive abilities. She's got some equipment, she's got a World Hater crew, and the pirates have actually spied all these, so they actually know what the face down stuff is too, using their global surveillance program. So, so Vortex is over here. She's the one with the canceller ability, but I gotta resolve this shoot action first, so that's fine. Because the Slash, it's so tough, the order of operations, because if the Slash hadn't gone first, Splinter I think is gonna head like south, like down here, to allow Vortex to get a better angle of attack. But therefore Vortex isn't in range, so then the bows and arrows are irrelevant because there's crew protect still active on the Crown Jewel. That will be canceled by the Vortex very shortly, but not yet. So anyway, so no bows and arrows, but she can still shoot bow to stern. So the Slash with Captain Randy starting the attack for the pirates. So with boosted cannons, those aren't technically her cannons, but that works because basically her cannons are 3S, 2L, 2L, 3S, but with the +1s, it has a similar effect to lowering the rank. So anyway, so I gotta roll higher than those numbers. We'll just shoot bow to stern, but we gotta roll to see if the hits get ignored. So the first one hits, but iron-plated hull Okay, so that's not ignored, so that's one hit. But it's 2 hits to eliminate a mass. We'll shoot the second one, so that hits as well. Roll to ignore, doesn't work. Okay, so that's 1 mast off Crown Jewel. And it looks like the back cannons towards the stern are the worst ones. Third shot also hits, roll to ignore it, doesn't work. Last cannon needs a 3 or higher, misses. Alright. So that's 3 for 4. All 3 not ignored. So for this, we'll go with a pennant. So let me see how I can do that. Properties. Next banner. Okay, cool. So we're using banners whenever a ship has a hit on her that didn't eliminate a mast, like the first hit out of 2. We're marking that with like a banner, like a pennant flag, basically, which you can see on like the first large mast on the 10-master on the Crown Jewel. So pretty good start to the attack by the pirates. Let's keep going here. Splinter is going to be next. She's really just trying to get out of the way. It's really awkward, actually. I wish she could move faster, but she's only going to be getting out of there as fast as the oars can take her. So I think that's a pretty good spot. She can't really move any farther than that, so she'll just have to stay there. And now I gotta make sure Anubis is not going to be within S of canceling range on the vortex. So there's that. So it's getting interesting. Or I might do something else, actually. So I think this battle area is going to become really crowded by this whirlpool. I think it's going to be too crowded for Vortex to be there. So I think Vortex and Anubis will cancel each other out. Let me think about that. Yeah. I guess I could try that. I think I'm gonna delete this token for the Stinkpot Shot, because Flying Dutchman did not use her. Halsden, because she couldn't, but she got her 1 action for the turn, and she won't get any other actions, so I'm just gonna delete that. Alright. So now I gotta decide Vortex. She was originally gonna cancel Crew Protect on Crown Jewel, the 10-masted Corsair ship, because the pirates basically want to use their 10-masters that are farther south down here by Whirlpool Island. They finished an attack on the Spanish last turn, and now they're going to return to home waters. And the Slave Revolt is trying to capture crew. So she wants to get up there and try to massacre all of the Crown Jewel's crew after Crew Protect gets canceled. The problem is, there's other ships that are trying to come through this whirlpool and get up in close against Crown Jewel. So I think I'm going to bring in a submarine canceller, because I know the Deceit is down there too. I might have to try a different one. But let me just see how this works first. The problem is the Anubis is right there, so I might just knock her out. I don't really want to do that based on the other things I know. So, okay. Because the pirates do have an Odin missile, but I don't want to just use that as a cop-out all the time. It feels kind of weird. So, I'm going to take a quick screenshot, actually, because I'm trying to take some pictures of the battle while it's happening. Because sometimes, especially when I make these attack videos, sometimes I forget to actually record what happens throughout. And I kind of rush through it. And then I end up not having pictures of like, during the action. I only have like before the battle and then like after all the shots have been fired, which kind of misses some of the fun stuff that happens in between, makes it harder to remember all that stuff that happened. So this one's 4.160 for the picture number. There's that. Zoom back out a little bit. That's not a fort in the water, by the way, it's a flotilla. The module just doesn't have flotillas right now. So let me look through, let me make sure that pirates do this right and look through what cancelers they have available to come through the whirlpool. The key is they need an extra action through the whirlpool. And I don't know how many of them are going to get that, because I have other ships. I have 2 ships in mind, Queen Anne's Revenge and the Shadowed Hand that are trying, or Shadow's Hand, that are trying to come through the whirlpool this turn, but they're both likely to need the AA and the EPOE, which are the last two like admiral action type things I have to give out to the fleet. So we'll see. Interesting. Tempest only has one action left. Vortex is the one I'm looking at. Okay. Could come down to the Storm Cloud. That would be pretty funny, actually. Let me just think about that. Problem is, if I bring Storm Cloud through, it's a gigantic ship and it's going to take up too much space. I think maybe the solution might be to tow the Splinter out of the way with a different ship, which would create some additional room for other stuff to come through. Or the pirates just use an Odin missile right now and just knock the Anubis out of the game, which actually would work pretty well. Let me just I'm gonna do a little preview of what's to come. So the Shadow's Hand carries the Shadowed One, which is one of the Bone Brothers custom crew and ship, and it allows for like a fire beam attack, which I'm going to use this turn. There's basically going to be a nuclear weapon used against the Barbary Corsairs, or the pirate CSG equivalent of a nuclear blast. So it would affect, if I put it right there, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that'd be 5 ships affected, even if Anubis got taken out. I think that might be worth it. Or I could save the Odin missile until later. Okay, so the Vortex is going to get the next action. So she's going to make sure she stays out of the Anubis' canceling range. Let me make sure this S gets enough distance. There's that. So is S, and then she's got LS still remaining. So this is the one that has the canceller built in. She also has World Hater, of course Captain Helm's an Oarsman, and +1 to her D6 rolls against ships with at least 4 masts. But it says this ship cannot sink other ships, so that's some custom crew abilities. And so she's essentially going to have rank 2 cannons against the 10 master. So okay, so that was just the S. Now she's going to come along the port side of the Crown Jewel and try to angle kind of a strange angle off the stern. She can't smash into the stern flag. Well, I guess she could, but she can't go through the stern flag of the other ship there, the slash. Let me see if she can get her foremast in range on this one. Oh, range tool. Center it on the mast. Yeah, I would say that's in range. Yep, yeah, that looks good to me. Especially because I think these L range tools are wider than the width of a card, which Lord Gingerbread and I kind of talked about, I think last October, as being like the width of a cannon shot for measuring purposes. So, all right, perfect. So she's got all 4 cannons in range, and so 3s are going to hit. 3s are going to become 5s because she has World Hater, and then +1 to D6 against turrets with it says at least 4 masts. So I'm going to shoot bow to stern, and I'm also going to cancel the crew protect ability on the Crown Jewel, which is provided, I think, by Artagundas. Let me see. Yeah, Artagundas, one of my custom crew from Pirates of the Epic Seas, one of my 2 custom sets. So we're going to start shooting here once again. So I just need 3s to hit here. Okay, so 1 hit, but then we'll see if it's ignored with iron-plated hull. Okay, that one gets ignored. So second shot hits as well. That one gets ignored. So now iron-plated hull is really providing value to the Crown Jewel. Third shot misses. 4th shot hits. and is not ignored. Alright, so now we'll hit previous pennant properties. I gotta memorize the shortcut commands here. So previous banner, control shift comma. Okay. So period first, then comma for the pennants. Okay. And then they'll take out second to last mast because she's got 4 L's at the back. Weakest cannons at the stern for that one. So 3 for 4, but only 1 hit actually lands, or at least does damage, with the iron-plated hull providing some nice protection. Alright, so now things are going to get a little bit crazier. So let me see, I think first, I might try to do some logistics first. Basically, I want Splinter out of the way. She does not have an oarsman, so she is technically derelict. And even though she can row, she rowed at S+S this turn already. So I want Acre, the ship here, to tow her out of the way. So we're gonna just barely touch the bow to the bow of Splinter, put her behind the ship. That actually frees up an angle where Scarlet Star, which is like a home island raiding ship, basically, she's going to go into the fog bank, or fog pool, as it were, a whirlpool inside a fog bank, to get herself out of the way, because she was never going to be in combat this turn. And now things get a little bit crazier. So now is when it gets nutty. I hope I can make this angle of attack work. Let me see what the Shadow's Hand... Let me see what her speed right now is. S+S+S. Nice. Okay. Yep. Alright, it's time for a nuclear strike. I think now is the time to reveal that WSG, the acronym that the pirates have been using, they've been hinting at it for a while. It's been in some battle reports. It stands for Whirlpool Strike Group. So kind of like how modern navies have carrier strike groups and things like that, the pirates have amassed a Whirlpool Strike Group with tons of gunships capable of generating extra actions, usually of their own through SAC and SAT and EA and things like that, so they can move into a whirlpool and then get an extra action on the other side to devastate opponents. So this has been a long-term plan of theirs, and it's finally coming to fruition as they've mega launched many times over and have finally accumulated enough ships to feel like they can properly call it a Whirlpool Strike Group. They wanted to unleash it all at once on like one enemy with like the entire squadron, but it's just not realistic, especially with the Corsairs attacking relentlessly. So ironically, the first ship that kind of is going to exemplify that, or not the first ship, really they did that already with the 10 Masters against the Spanish, but one ship that's going to show it off here is actually a Foghopper. So the Shadow's Hand, custom 5 Master from, looks like Pirates of Spirits Magna because it's got Hostile Ionic. So this is one from Xerxes custom set. This one's actually going to move into the Whirlpool. She was originally probably moving towards the Fog Bank, but anyway. So she's going to, she would be able to touch the bow there to the Whirlpool. So she is going to enter the Whirlpool. She is going to get the Admiral's action benefit. So Pirates only rolled 1 out of 9 on the Admiral's actions this turn, but they're going to use it right now on this ship here, Shadow's Hand. And of course she's got some fun crew aboard. She also has a bunch of great UTs too, but they'll definitely protect her at the end of the turn. So she's getting an Admiral's action. Let me roll for Whirlpool damage before I forget. So on a 1 to 3 we have that as a bad roll. Let me just see if there's any UTs. I guess Nemo's plans would prevent her from even discarding UTs she doesn't really want. Yeah, that's a good point actually. So I guess she has to lose the master crew, so she's definitely gonna lose a mast here to take out the last one. Not a big deal. And then she's also gonna make sure she stays out of Anubis's canceling range. So she's going to move S down there. Just gotta make sure she keeps some room available for one of the other ships that's coming through the whirlpool this turn as well. So let me see how I can do this. The maneuvering here is probably gonna get pretty weird, so it might take a minute to figure out. Because I know I need room for the Slave Revolt 10 Master to come in and ram the, I guess she doesn't have to ram. I think she's a grapple shot specialist, so she doesn't have to ram the Crown Jewel. But anyway. Let's see how I can do this. So back to the first move segment. Problem is I need room for 10 Master. Like in that range. Let me just bring one in and make sure it looks like it'll fit, basically. This is just a test to see if this will fit in terms of the width. Oh yeah, that looks fine. Yeah. Okay. I'll have to figure out the other stuff later. The Splinter. The Splinter is gonna have to get towed again in order to get out of the way, basically. But that's okay. Acre might. She probably won't be in the way too much. Hopefully. So. Alright. Let me see if I can do it a little bit closer, actually. Problem is I can't move that way too much. Alright, so I've got the Shadow's Hand in position, just out of canceling range of the Anubis, and she is now going to reveal a crazy custom crew. That is part of the reason I say this is a nuclear attack now. So here comes the Shadowed one, custom crew from Xerix, and it says, give the ship a shoot action, a beam S wide and 2L long, leave the ship in one direction. Replace up to 2 mass with fire mass for every ship in the path of the beam. The ship cannot be given an action on its next turn. So, here we go. So this does not require die roll. It's basically similar to Neptune's Trident Unique Treasure, so it's going to affect everything. It's going to go through iron-plated hull. It's going to hit the submarine. It's going to go through any and all defensive abilities. It's just an area of an effect blast. So I'm going to create an S segment over here, and then I'm going to make sure that I hit as many ships as possible. So I'm going to put it right at the tip of the bowsprit. I'm going to get an L. I'm going to see if I can hit, looks like 5 or 6 ships basically. I can angle this however I want. So I can angle it, I think I'm going to angle it to hit the Saida, but I could angle it to hit the submarine instead and then still hit those other ones. So let me see how I want to do this here. So I could go there, and then based on this, yeah, I would still hit the Nubian Prince as well. So we want to... The flotilla can't technically be set on fire, so that one I would exclude. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 affected versus... It'd just be the same if it was the other way. So let me make another one and kind of look at my options here. This is crazy. Oh, maybe actually it won't quite reach. Okay, that's fine. Said is probably going to get hit with some flotilla fire, and she's stuck in a SOC, so she's not very mobile on the Corsair turn. So, okay, cool. So let's delete that one, and this is the angle of fire beam that I'm going with. Boom. So, boom. Alright, I'm going to get a close-up shot of this. This is crazy. So this is the angle of attack that the Shadowed one is choosing for this initial power display. It's like a tactical nuke. Alright, so I'm going to save this one. I'm going to take another picture as well once it's once I place all these fire masts. This is nuts. Up to 2 masts with fire masts for every ship in the path of the beam. Alright, so the Corsairs, of course, get to choose which masts are placed. So it looks like the front 2 on the 10-master. This is just crazy. Majestic is burning to the waterline already. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. Alright, Anubis, burning. Sea Tiger, submerged submarine. Sustains water damage even while submerged. Sultan's Bride. So this is gonna basically almost auto sync like 3 ships. Majestic and the 2 subs are basically they're doomed. It's crazy. Unless they can somehow Corsairs get enough extra actions and whatnot to tow them back and dock them back at the home island, but I doubt that. So we'll see. And the Nubian Prince will be the last 2 masts. Unreal. So just like that, with the fire beam nuclear strike from the shadowed one, the pirates basically place. So they affect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ships with basically 11 fire masts placed in general, with 1 on Majestic and then 2 on each of the others. So this is sickening. I said when I was planning this turn, I think I said this is disgusting, like probably at least a dozen times, and you can see why. So devastating fire beam from the Shadow's hand and her linked crew. Take another close-up shot. Capture the carnage. So the pirates have spent months and years and dozens of hours launching these crazy combos and massive amounts of custom ships and crew, all for moments like this when they can just devastate the enemy and do things that have just about never been seen before in a Pirates game. Some of this may have been seen to some extent in 1 or 2 of Xerxes' campaigns, but CG4 is becoming the biggest game ever, and it's just going to continue to be that as time goes forward. So, and then now, let's see, because she has the captain ability, obviously. I checked with Xerxes, and you can use this ability with the captain ability, as you would expect to, of course. So let me make sure she doesn't have any UTs that I'm forgetting about. So Shadow's Hand, she's got a lot of good ones. None of them are really directly for attacking though, other than Dead Man's Chest for Motion's Edge, but that one doesn't apply here. If she hit the subs with the beam attack, she doesn't even need to get with an S to blast them with her cannons. So, alright. Let's shoot with the regular cannons now. There's nothing that prevents that, so she's got all 4 easily in range of the Crown Jewel. So she's going to blast away bow to stern. So, starting with a 3S at the bow. So that one misses, and then she's got 2 Ls, so hit. Let's see if Iron Plated Hull ignores it. Not ignored, so that's 1 hit. Miss. 2, okay, so only 1 for 4. So I'll go with the next pennant color. So another hit on Crown Jewel does not eliminate a mast, given the 2 hits per mast rule, but that's okay. Especially because now it's time for the next nuclear strike. So, Queen Anne's Revenge is next, which you know from On Stranger Tides has her own Greek Fire type attack. So this is a custom Queen Anne's Revenge that I made for Pirates of the Epic Seas, which incorporates a small handful of Pirates of the Caribbean game pieces. So she's got an ability. Once per turn, you may eliminate one of the ship's crew to shoot a wave 1S wide and 2S long directly forward the ship's bow. For every ship in the path of the blast, replace one of that ship's masts with a fire mast. So here we go again. Let me make sure it looks like she can actually get the bow in range. Yeah, this looks pretty decent. She might only affect 2 ships, but I think it's worth it. Even just for the shock factor, I think it's a good idea. What I might do is swap out. I might use this ship next, Misfortune's Keep, especially because she's got a bunch of long-range cannons. Yeah, I might try that. Because then if I do that, Queen Anne's Revenge can come through the whirlpool like near where she is. Start from here, and then probably go S, S, and then shoot more northwards. Basically the Flying Dutchman is just in the way. Like really, really in the way. She needs to move. But she can only move L this turn, so... It's kind of funny because the ships that got blasted by the Corsairs are now... They were in a nice like defense, but now they're like in the way of the oncoming ships. So, man, I'm gonna hit the... if I go with this angle, I might hit the Flying Dutchman, so I think I'm gonna probably not do that. Yeah, it's not good enough angle up there. Okay. And then if I get even closer, if she gets up in here, she might get canceled. So Queen Anne's Revenge will probably not go quite yet. So let me just do a little... Well, I guess I don't need to do a test. I'm just curious what Anubis will end up copying this turn. Or canceling, I should say, not copying. I'm just going to do a little test movement. If we pretend this is Queen Anne's Revenge, and then I can move. So she's going to have SSS out of the whirlpool. I'm going to make sure I have this set up, because Anubis can cancel her ability. So yeah, she can't get too close. That's about as close as she can get. I think it's going to be hard for her to eliminate, to do 3 fire mass damage, but she can at least do 2. Yeah, I like that. I think she's going to angle a little bit more to the north, and then just hit Nubian Prince and Saida. She might hit Sea Tiger too, but she's already... she already only has fire mass from the previous nuclear blast. So, alright. So in that case, Misfortune's Keep will be the next one to get a action. This is one I'm not quite as familiar with in terms of abilities, but I basically have a spreadsheet that I use to track all the ships and their abilities, and I'm starting to fill out which name crew they have too, like, so I don't accidentally relaunch name crew and violate the new duplicates rule. But this one has World Hater, so her cannons are boosted. It says she's got SAT, CHO, which is Captain Helmsman Oarsman, Shipwright, Spanish Massacre, which won't apply here. It says WSG Attack Ship, Whirlpool Strike Group. Alright, so let's roll for the SAT. Doesn't get it. That's fine. I just gotta make sure I leave room for the next one, too. Yeah, see, man, this is tough. She almost wants to just get out of the way. Actually, she might go straight at the Anubis and force her to cancel it. Force her to get canceled. Yeah, she kind of wants to get canceled. So I think she might just do that. I think that's actually a pretty good idea. Yeah. She's gonna get right there. So in this case, Misfortune's Keep would have 5 or all 6 cannons in range of Anubis. So Anubis is gonna go ahead and use her canceller, I think. Cancel the captain ability on Misfortune's Keep. I think that's right for the Corsairs, or else the Anubis is just gonna be sunk this action probably. So yeah, so Anubis she'll finally use her canceller now that she's in range of a captained pirate ship. Cancel Misfortune's Keep, source the captain ability. So Misfortune's Keep, basically done now. So yeah, she doesn't have anything else really that would allow her to do much, so that's fine. She's really just getting out of the way for the Queen Anne's Revenge, which I already tried Queen Anne's Revenge SAT. She did not get it, so she's going to come through the Whirlpool, and she's going to get the Jolly Mons donated action on the other side of the Whirlpool in order to move again. So that means I believe the pirates are now out of like Admiral's action type abilities for this round, which is unfortunate because their attack just started, but they'll just make do with and try to get lucky with EA and SAT and stuff like that, and they're just gonna figure it out as they go along, basically. So Queen Anne's Revenge, here we go. So this one, she's got SSS speed with the helmsman, and let's see what else she's got. Obviously captain ability. Oh, I remember now. So Nidiki's first roll missed, but she's got a crew where on a 5 or 6, okay, she got it. On a 5 or 6, she gets plus LL to her base move. She won't really need it here. Oh, unless she wants to come around. Oh, that is actually a good one. I mean, of course it's a good ability, but this is a good time for it, too. So basically, the Nidiki says, every time the ship is given a move action, roll a d6. On a 5-6, the ship gets plus L to its base move. So that's going to come in real handy here, because I think she's going to try to... This will be a test, but she might go all the way around to the top of the battlefield. So let's see what I can do. So I just have to do her base move of S plus S first. So that's S plus S. Now I can do the LL, because they're part of the bonuses, just like the helmsman bonus. Go L. Oh, this is disgusting. This is nasty. Because now she might be able to hit 3 ships instead of 2. I don't know about that actually, but let's see. Whatever. It's fine if not. Problem is it has to be directly forward of the ship's bow. So I might have to undo that last one, I think. Yeah, she wants to use the fire. She wants to get the fire in range, even if it makes her 3rd mast not be in range. But before I figure that out, let me just see. Alright, so I should center the S on basically the figurehead. Or at least the bowsprit. Alright, so there's that. Make another one. Select that. Okay, yeah, it looks like she won't quite reach. Yeah. Oh no, she does. I can see it hitting where the oars are. So she will hit Anubis. It's really close, but yeah, she can actually get there, so that's unreal. Alright. And then this. Alright. Problem is, she might hit the... She's gonna hit Osiris. Yeah, that's the problem. Oh, there's a way to prevent that. Let me see if I can undo. Go back and redo her angling. She's gonna have to angle way off to the side here to not hit the Osiris with the attack. Whoops. Yeah, if she goes like that, it should work, I think, in that case. Yeah, that looks pretty good there. Looks like pretty much a perpendicular angle. I think she'd rather not hit Anubis or Osiris than hit both. So, alright, so S was this. She might still hit Anubis, actually. Let's see. Alright. Oh, yeah. Oh, easily. Oh my god. Alright, here we go. Alright, so I'm going to copy that one. So yeah, that hits Oars of Anubis, so that's enough. Oh my god. So the next nuclear blast is in effect. So I'm going to sack, I think, an oarsman. Let me go grab one. Yeah. Oarsman's going to be gone. Let me record that for the points, because I'm keeping track of points in play throughout each turn. So now they have 4,695 points in play. -1. Alright. Trying to be meticulous about the game. Boom. Devastation. So now, Nubian Prince, 3 out of 4 Massacre Master Anubis is completely aflame, and Saida has gotten a fire mast as well. Alright, so I'm going to zoom in again. Devastation. Unleashed. second nuclear blast. Not as powerful or as big as the first one, but... Oh. Okay, so the nuclear attack has devastated the Corsair battle fleet at the battlefront. And now we're gonna have the flotillas in play, actually. So the Coral, let's see how I can do this. So these ships have their full base move while towing, of course, while they're towing a flotilla. I think I'm just gonna do a little flip. Yeah, that's gonna get all the cannons in range easily, while kind of flanking some of these unprotected resource runners and tugboats and whatnot. Oh, that worked even better than I thought it would, actually. Holy crap. Nice. Alright, so Coral moves L and then moves S in the other direction to flip the flotilla towards the enemy. So this is Dark Mist. Flotilla with extended range, which might not even need here, but anyway, it's got Eternal as well. So, cannons, I'll paste them in the little chat there. So shooting at HMB Saida, which I don't think has any defensive abilities. Nah, she's all offense. So, alright. Just blast away. Oh man. Oh, 0 for 4. Alright. Darn. Well, we got another one, so let's see if the Widowmaker can hit the flotilla from Fire and Steel. The one you've probably heard of. I like this little one master tow and then flip it around. I think I might. Nah, I don't like that. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna flip almost in the same direction. So the second L is moved. Just used to move a tiny bit. Getting the flotilla well within range of the Saida. So she has all 4S cannons with extended range. Do some rapid fire. Only one hit, so that's alright. So I'll put a pennant. The next hit will eliminate a mast from Saida. Alright. Interesting. That's pretty bad, actually. 1 for 8 for the flotillas. Oh well, that's alright. Pirates have plenty more firepower coming in, so they'll be just fine. I think I'll go with the next ship, actually. Red Sky at Morning. So this one gets SAT on a 6. She might be able to get in range even without that. So then she's got Captain Helms and Oarsman. Nice. LLS speed with all her masts up, so that's pretty great. Alright, just misses the SAT. Let's see if I can get any cannons in range of the Saida here. Oh yeah. At least one. Probably 2. Oh wow, she can ram. I don't think she wants to ram though. No. That doesn't sound like a good idea. Alright. Yeah, easily 2. Oh, it's a 3L at the back. I think she'll have all 3 in range then. It's a nice angle at the stern. Cannon. Actually, no, I don't think so. Nah, it's blocked either. Yeah, that's tough. That's tight. That's a really tough one. Whoops. See, now I can't select the... Oh, there we go. I think she's got it. Because again, I think with the width of a card, I think that would sneak in between the 2 masts. The only question is how far does the jib of the Queen Anne's Revenge extend? No, I don't think so. I don't see it there, so yeah. Alright. Cool. So just barely all 3 in range. Just gonna go ahead and open fire, blast away at Saida. I don't think she doesn't have any cannon bonuses and whatnot. Okay, cool. Hopefully we'll actually get some hits here. Nice. Only one. Alright, 1 for 3. That does eliminate a mast from Saida though. So that's good. We'll take out the main mast. So it's a 3S. So Saida down to 3 masts. Okay, so next is the Silent. I'm basically trying to tow the Splinter out of the way so that the Slave Revolt, a 10-master, can come through this whirlpool on the eastern edge of it and slam into the, or use grapple shot or ram to board the Crown Jewel to try to massacre her crew. So I put Phineas' Bunce's abilities. There's a pirate from history, actually, from the Pirates of the Age of Sail set. The last ability is the key one here. Once per turn, you may give one friendly pirate ship with an S of the ship, plus S to her base move, or plus 1 to her cannon rolls. So I think I'm going to go with the plus S. That's actually on a ship. It's on the Deceit submarine, actually. And that one's down at Whirlpool Island, where the pirates finished a whirlpool attack on the Spanish, basically eradicated their squadron down there. But those pirates are ready to return to home waters now that there's a new threat and a new battle going on. But first, I'm going to try to tow the Splinter with the Silent. So we do Fog Bank roll. So 4. There's so many ships in this Fog Bank. I think there's probably 7 in here. I can hardly see the rolls. Oh, that's convenient. The 4 is the one that's obvious. So I don't have to take the rest out to see it. Alright. So let me rotate on stern, some clear of that ship's jib. Alright, cool. That looks good to me. Silent. Let's see. She's got LLS, I think. Yeah, she's flying. She's a support ship. So the Whirlpool Strike Group, a lot of the ships in the spreadsheet are just labeled WSG Supply or WSG Support because there's various cheerleaders and supply ships associated with the squadron, or the strike group, I should say. So this one has a helmsman and a bunch of oarsmen. So basically it's like a replenishment ship that when like ships use their sack abilities and lose oarsmen, the ship can tag along, tag behind, and then give them oarsmen to replenish their stores. I planned this out, this Whirlpool Strike route out. I think I started planning it in 2020, and then they've been launching ships and crew for it for quite a while now. So it's been in development for quite some time, and now it finally gets to see some heavy combat. It'll see heavier combat for sure, but this is a good start here. So Silent, I just gotta think about the angle. It's kind of a big deal, the angle at which I tow this ship. Not a huge deal, but I think this will be good enough. I'm just gonna go with this. I gotta just make a decision at some point. Just go with it. Alright, so that's that. Now, there's a number of things that could happen here. I think I'm gonna bring at least one cheerleader out of the Fog Bank before Deceit comes through. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm gonna bring out the... Oh, I moved the wrong ship. That was supposed to be... Alright, that was supposed to be Silent, so I'm just gonna move that one out. Oopsie. Alright. They're both 1-masters, so I thought that was the right one, but... Anyway. Alright, let's rotate this one. Get her into position there. There's the Silent. Scepter, she might be next. Let me drag these out just to get to Fantasia. Alright. There's so many ships in this Fog Bank. Partly because this is a fog pool, so the whirlpool inside the Fog Bank. So those ships, once they're lost in the fog, after they're lost in the fog, the move action after that they could use to move through the whirlpool inside the Fog Bank. So they were ready to go through that whirlpool. Some ships there might actually still use that whirlpool this turn to come out of a different whirlpool, but anyway, the Whirlpool Strike Group is a multifaceted asset that the pirates have. Fantasia is going to come out. Just gets a 4 as well. So she's coming out of that same exit location. I'm bringing this one out now. So the pirates might have a +1 bonus once they get the slave revolt in the area up here, which will be very soon. Problem is, Fantasia can't be in the way of the slave revolt. So maybe she should just wait. If she goes there, she's definitely gonna be in the way. Let me think here. I don't know if there's a spot where Fantasia could be, where she's gonna be with an S of the 10 Master and not be in the way of her movement. So I think I'm just gonna kind of go over here for now. But I can't block exit locations. So she's gonna not move the full S on that last segment. Alright, that looks decent. Hopefully I don't regret that if it becomes an issue later, but she's not really, she shouldn't be in the way, at least, in that spot. So, next we're gonna move Deceit. This is the submarine with that +S ability. Deceit's coming through the whirlpool. She took a detour to the south to support the 10 Master squadron down there in their attack on the Spanish. Now she's coming back to pirate home waters. And she's going to come through the whirlpool. No double action or anything. She's going to go right there. Submerged. So the jib boom of that ship would not be... It's over the submarine, but there's no touching. The bow of this Toruk ship would not be touching the sub, so there's no illegal situation there. So Deceit. Got to roll for whirlpool damage, though. Nope. Good to go. Awesome. Alright. Now it's time for the slave revolt. Alrighty. This is gonna get really crazy. Oh boy, this is gonna be weird. So slave revolt is pretty complicated. It's got a lot of crew on board. Sack, World Hater, Cargo Wrecking, Massacre, Captain Davy Jones to possess dead crew, Blackfoot Bill, +1 aboards for every crew aboard. So 9 crew in the current setup means that she's starting at a base boarding score of normally it'd be 19. Looks like she lost a mast down in that excursion to Spanish waters, so 18 should suffice. It says Death Machine. Board and shoot enemy ships to recycle crew to Blackfoot Bill and Havana Black. Sadistic recycling strategy. This is something I detailed in a previous battle report. So she's got a lot of nasty characters on board. Havana Black, Vincenzo Gambi, another historical pirate, custom crew. So let me just make sure she has the requisite crew in order to do what she needs to do here. Yeah, she's got Gambi, the helmsman. She's got a grapple shot specialist. Cheval. Interesting. Let's see. I'm looking for an oarsman so she can sack. Because I do not want to sack the grapple shot specialist because I might need him during this turn actually. But I'm not seeing one. So she must have sacked it already, which makes sense. She sacked it against the Spanish. So let me see what I can find. Because I think I can make this work. Alright, this is great. So I found the solution. Acre is a supply ship, and that was the one that towed Splinter earlier. She has the dinghy, custom equipment aboard, which allows you to explore a ship with an S as a free action. So Slave Revolt's going to come through the whirlpool, just like this, and then before she sacks, because she doesn't want to sack any of her current crew, so that's one action. So let's get that over with. I think I'm gonna back the ship up a little bit. Yeah, let me zoom in and make sure I get this angling right. Make sure I'm not overlapping anything. That looks about as good as I can make it already, actually. Which is fine, because I know she's gonna get +S speed. Might be able to go a little bit farther back. As long as she's touching the whirlpool and not overlapping anything, she's good. So that looks great. Alright. So Acre is with an S. So she has spare oarsmen, because that's one of the... This is the beauty of the Whirlpool Strike Group. The supply ship gets an action now. Or not, she gets a free action to transfer a oarsman to the Slave Revolt, which is immediately sacked via Havana Black. I'll decrease the pirate point count. 4694 points in play. Now we'll zoom back in. Now Slave Revolt has a section action coming out of the Whirlpool. Oh, let's do Whirlpool damage first. Okay. So she does take another Whirlpool damage, unfortunately. So I'll take out... She's got some pretty bad cannons, actually. She's got World Hater to augment them, but anyway. Take out a mast. Down to 8 masts. Still should be plenty to win this boarding party. So now, just going to be moving L. So she's already within S of Phineas Bunce on the Deceit when she started her move action. So that gives her a plus S. So L, S, and then the final S to slam headlong into the enemy 10 master here. So she does have the captain ability. She has a lot going on. Alright. +1 to every crew assigned to her. +1 to boarding rolls, that is. Let's see. This is crazy. The ship is just stacked. It's not as stacked as some of the other 10 masters, but it's pretty wild actually. So let me just make a note about how Acre wants another oarsman. Oarsman. Alright, so Slave Revolt has the World Hater ability, and I think she's with an S of... Oh, beautiful. Yes, she is with an S of the Fantasia. So, that's really good. Friendly ships with an S, so the ship gets +1 of their cannon rolls, which is great. So she might actually get a triple bonus. So she has World Hater. They essentially, they don't stack, but they're different sources, so they do not violate the no stacking rule. So World Hater on the ship via the crew, so it's self-generated, and then another +1, the Fantasia being with an S. And the pirates also have Lars Gaithenhelm, a custom crew, just like Roberto Santana. It gives +1 to cannon rolls to any ship in your fleet. I don't know if I want to use that now, because there's so many great choices and ships to use it on and whatnot. So let me just think about how I want to do this, because I'm thinking about another ship could come in there and attack via the bow. Let me see how many cannons I have range. That's what I really should do. I think she's probably not going to get the triple bonus. She already has 2 bonuses. She's not going to have that many in range. So her cannons from bow to stern are not very good, but then boosted they'll be pretty good. So let me start figuring this out. So the 4th one is an S. 3rd one definitely in range. 4th one is in range. 5th one is another S. So that one will not be in range. Nope. And then the 6th one is an L. 6 and 7 are both L range cannons. But I don't think those are going to be... No, those are not in range either. Okay. Alright. It's only 4. Yeah, so she's not going to get the triple bonus. She's fine with the double bonus. That's good enough. So order of operations, move, shoot, ram, board. She does have the grapple shot specialist. She wanted to try to use that to board, but she knows she's going to board. She basically knows she's going to win. That's the key. Havana Black, Vincenzo Gambi, they know they're going to win. Because they have +1 to boards or crew aboard. She's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like 8 crew now that they've sacked. So +8. So they're going to be starting at 16. So there's no way the enemy can win. So in that case, there's no real reason to use the grapple shot specialist. So just got fear. Man, be a Captain Davy Jones, that won't come into play yet, but anyway. Oh, she has cargo wrecking too. Capitaine Cheval. God. What a disgusting display. Alright, here we go. So 3s will become 5s. So I need 3s to hit. So I need to roll higher than a 4. 3s get +2. So 3 or higher. The cannons I'm shooting are essentially rank 2. So I'll do about a stern with those 4 that she has in range. But now we gotta remember the iron-plated hull on Crown Jewel, which helps. Wow, so that ignores a hit because of the iron-plated hull. Second shot misses. Third hits, iron-plated hull does not ignore it. Alright, so that takes out one more mast. And then I'll just roll for the last shot. Hits, but is ignored. Okay, so she shoots, what was that, 3 for 4, but 2 shots ignored. So the iron-plated hull equipment is really good. It is 8 points, but man, it's been pretty sweet. Of course, on a 10 master, it becomes even better too. So it looks like the ship only has rank 3s and rank 2s to eliminate for her 6 remaining masts. Looks like the best one to take out is the 4th mast. So Crown Jewel loses one of her big masts. But now it's time for the boarding party, which doesn't really... There's essentially no point in rolling. But, so we got 8 plus 8 via the ship ability, 16, so 23 for the pirates against 5 versus 4, or 5 plus 4, so 9. So 23 to 9, the pirates win. And like I talked about earlier, the vortex is canceling the crew protect ability on the Crown Jewel. So in that case, Massacre applies. So if the ship wins a boarding party, she can eliminate all of the other ship's crew. So, disgusting. So Crown Jewel. So this would have gotten used, and then it immediately gets canceled. This is nasty. Alright, so 6 crew. All have been killed by Vincenzo Gambi and the pirate horde. So now we get to roll for Captain Davy Jones, whose ability I'll bring up. So each time any crew would be eliminated, roll a d6 on a result of 6, put that crew on the ship instead. It is linked to Davy Jones. Alright. So I'm just going to go on the Crown Jewel's deck plate, I'm just going to go left to right. So first one is Gazim, he's like the captain of the ship. So he's gone. The next one is actually face down still. So that one didn't work either. Problem is here, they need like a +1 to d6 rolls or something to ensure that they actually capture some crew. So 0 for 3 so far, go to the 4th one. Nope. Nope. Last one. Alright, so they roll a bunch of 5s, but they can't get any 6s. So all these crew are simply killed in action. Alright, and actually, one of those hits took out... Oh, they would have eliminated a crew, I think. Because there's no point in eliminating the equipment. Yeah. One of those basically would have been eliminated by Capitaine Cheval's cargo wrecking ability, but we'll keep the roll the same, because there's no point in... That doesn't justify a reroll. So overall, the Slave Revolt takes out a mast and kills all the crew on the Crown Jewel. 10 Master is really hurting now. Alright, so continuing the pirate turn, we've got some logistics. Leak Can 2, one of my favorite custom names and custom game pieces from the Bowen Brothers. It's going to come out of the whirlpool, or come out of the fog bank, I should say. So she gets a 6. So let me just move these ships slightly so I can place her there. So this is an extreme Whirlpool Strike Group support ship. She's got a max speed of SLLS with a custom crew. That plus that extra L is only once per turn. She's got dinghy, a shipwright, and a bunch of oarsmen. So she's a Whirlpool Strike Group supply and replenishment ship. And we're going to see that in action right now, actually. So I'm going to go S, L, that looks perfect. Yep. She's going to brush up against the side of the slave revolt in preparation to explore her on her next turn before the slave revolt is given an action to give the slave revolt at least one oarsman. And now she's going to use dinghy to transfer a shipwright to the vortex, because I actually messed up with the vortex's crew complement. She actually has an extra helmsman that I didn't need. So she has a historical custom crew, Regnier Tongrelo. Not sure the pronunciation, but he's got captain and helmsman. Then I had an extra helmsman. So shipwright, basically I'm just going to do a crew swap. They're both just 2-point crew. So the shipwright goes to the vortex. Helmsman, Weekend 2 now has an extra helmsman. I'm just going to record that. So that was a little taste of the Pirates' logistic and supply operation. They've certainly planned all this out in extreme detail, being meticulous about their strategy and tactics. So next ship is going to be, to get in action, is going to be the Kingpin. This one's a pretty crazy 5-master. It's 27 points, has some cheerleading stuff going on. Basically cheerleading with an L. Friendly ships with an L of this ship get +1 of their cannon and boarding rolls. And then she's got some other stuff too. She's got some named crew. She has extra action actually as well, but I'm not going to roll for it yet because I want to give Crescent and Rose an action next instead. So Crescent Rose has a total speed right now of SLS. She's got extra action built into the ship, and she's also got some extra weaponry on board, which you'll see, I think, either way here. Oh, nice. She gets it. Alrighty. You will definitely see all the extra weaponry in that case. So Crescent Rose, let me just find her deck plate here so I can reveal what she's got on board. Alright, so Crescent Rose has Ballista, a custom equipment from Xerix. Ship gains 3 L cannons, can fire from any mast, and then there's some downsides as well. And now she also has powder kegs. So this is the crappier version of powder kegs. For 6 points, basically get extended range, but then it can't carry treasure or resources, and sinks when our last mast is eliminated. I also have an 8-point version. I think that one would just be too expensive for this ship, because she already has Captain Helmsman, Oarsman, and Ballastas. That's 10 points. 16 point ship, so this one just barely fits within the point cost. So, alright. So she has EA as well. She's got an extra action available. So she's going to be shooting like crazy. This might actually do a lot of damage. I think I'm going to zoom in and savor this crazy battlefield. This is nuts. This is disgusting how much the pirates can do in a single turn. She's actually going to target the flotilla. So I'm going to see what she can do in that regard. So she's going to move up pretty close. She might have to get a different angle of attack though, because this elephant flotilla is one of the only Corsair game pieces on the battlefield that hasn't been even touched this turn at all. So she might only be able to hit it with those ballista, the L range cannons, but that's okay. Because it would go over, yeah, she just barely has the angle here. So she's going to go over this submerged submarine that doesn't block lines of fire. Nice. Whoops. Okay, let me make sure I grab the right thing here. I think this will not be... Yeah, only the ballista cannons will be in range of the flotilla, but that's okay. So they're all going to shoot from the mainmast, not blocked by the submerged subs, and they're not... It does not go through the Anubis's oars, so she's got all 3 ballista cannons in range of this flotilla. So, I'm just going to go ahead, open fire. Alright, so the first one is a 1, so that eliminates a crew, and then she only gets 1 hit. So, we'll have to figure out how to do the penance on a flotilla. I think I'm going to mark a, like, fake fire mast on the flotilla to represent the damage that it took a hit. So, alright, but then that first one, that 1 is ugly, because that means I have to eliminate a crew from the ship, so it's going to be the oarsmen for sure. So that's unfortunate. Yeah, these ships, I don't know if I'm going to keep ballista on some of these Whirlpool Strike Group ships, because ideally the Whirlpool Strike Group is a pretty durable thing. But what I can do is roll for Captain Davy Jones to see if he can possess the oarsman. He cannot, so it's eliminated. Let me revise the pirate point count down. 4693 points in play now. Lost a few oarsmen this turn. No big deal there. Alright, so that was a little disappointing, but she still has the other 3 cannons available, and she also has her extra action. So this is wild. I think she'll go... I'm trying to think if they want to sink Anubis or not. Let me just review what the pirates know about what she has on board. There's no reason not to sink the Anubis, so they might as well start going for it. Alright, so first Crescent Rose, her regular cannons, I'm going to shoot bow to stern. First 2 at the Saida. So I need a 3. Let me open the chat back up here. Alright, so that missed. Now I need 4 higher. Missed again. Okay. This last 3S is actually going to shoot at the Nubian print. Or no, she's can't be shot at by ships with an super. Oh, and I forgot the Kingpin. I gotta revise these rolls, because Kingpin gives +1 to friendly cannon rolls to ships within L of her. So in that case, one of those ballista shots, another one of them hit, the 3 hit, and nice. So the 3 hit, so in that case, it would normally eliminate the flag, but I gotta check the rules to see if that actually applies or not. So with that 3 hit, I'm gonna mark another damage marker, fire on the flotilla, just to mark the damage. And then I think I rolled an extra time. I never rolled that last 2S cannon. So that's actually gonna be shot at, it looks like Anubis. Let me see if I can manage to get it in range of the Saida though. Let me just check this range here. No, it looks like it'll be, well, actually, yeah, no, it doesn't work right. That's fine. So the last shot of this action will be 2 SS against Anubis to sink her. So to sink the Anubis, gonna zoom in, boom. So she's sunk. I'm gonna leave her there for a second. I'm gonna get another shot or 2 of the carnage before I remove her from play and stuff like that. But that will allow the Crescent Rose on her next action to shoot at the elephant more times, which is really good. So 2 misses against Saida. 2 hits against Elephant and 1 hit against Anubis. Alright, so Anubis has been sunk, removed from the battlefield. Crescent Rose, extra action. It's going to be used now. She's going to try to stay within L of the Kingpin, so that she still gets the +1 cannon bonus. Yeah, this looks pretty good actually. See if I can move down here without touching the Surya SOC. Yeah. Well, I don't know if that jib would clear the bow of the Misfortune's Keep, so I think I'm not gonna. It's a little too tight. So let me just. I'm basically not gonna turn quite as much to starboard. I'm gonna go like right there. I basically just want to put as many shots into this flotilla as possible, because it's still doing really well. Because it requires 4 hits to eliminate the flag, basically. So we'll have to talk about, the players and I, Xerx's Pirate CG4 and I will have to talk about how flotillas work. So normally 2 hits from the same shoot action to eliminate the flag. I think that'll happen here, but I think it should be, because they still benefit from the 2 hits per master flag rule, I think it should just be 4 hits on flotilla in general to eliminate the flag. I don't think they should all have to come from the same shoot action. Maybe the last 2 should have to come from the same shoot action in accordance with the regular keyword, but anyway, that'll be determined later. I think either way here, I'm going to be getting the last 2 with this shootout, at least I hope so. That's the plan. So let's just shoot the regular cannons first. There's a slight chance I'm going to avoid using ballista on purpose, just to make sure I don't kill any crew with the ones from it. So, extended range via the powder kegs. Crescent Rose shooting bow to stern. So rank 2 cannon boosted. So that's another hit. So this next hit on the flotilla will eliminate the flag, basically. Okay, and that was a 3S S, but +1 from Kingpin, so that takes out the flag on the flotilla. So 1 more hit will sink it, and I'll try to do that now with the 2S at the back. Nice. Okay, so Elephant Flotilla has been eliminated, so I'm just going to put it over there real quick. Alright. Big firepower today. Okay, so now Ballista still has, or I should say Crescent Rose, she still has the Ballista that she can use. So I think I might as well do that. I might as well go for broke. Worst case, she can eliminate the Helmsman, and then she still has Captain, and she still has SSL based speed, so even without the Helmsman, she can move at a respectable pace. So she might as well go for the kill. Try to get some more damage in. Probably going to shoot at the Crown Jewel, because she can't shoot at Nubian Prince. I don't know if Kingpin... I should have rolled for Kingpin's extra action before Crescent Rose's action to see if she would get it. But let me just see. Let me weigh my options here. I think Crown Jewel is she's definitely going to be targeted once again. I think a ship's going to come through the Whirlpool, or Lilac will probably be able to reach her. So it's tough. I'm trying to think which one to shoot at. I'll just shoot at Crown Jewel. Let's hit the 10 Master. So Ballista hitting on 3s now. Alright, so only 1 hit, and it does backfire 1 more time. So not really worth it, I would say, but oh well. So 1 for 3 with an unfortunate backfire that alright, so I placed the pennant. But yeah, that 1 backfires to kill the Crescent Rose's helmsman, but not the end of the world, to say the least. So let me see if he can be repossessed by Captain Davy Jones. Nope. Alright, so that's that. So Crescent Rose, overall, a bunch of misses, but still did nice damage. Took out the Elephant Flotilla. Alright, next ship, Kingpin, got an action. Now she's going to roll for her extra action. She did not get it. Okay, so she's done for the turn. I'm just going to go straight to the next ship, Lilac. Has EA built in. It's the 3-master there. Okay, she got it. Nice. I'm just going to review what she's got. She's got the ballista equipment as well. She's got 3 extra 3L cannons. Captain Helm's an oarsman. Just typical complement there. SLS speed, so she's going to try to put the hurt on the crown jewel right now. So let's zoom in, get a close-up of what damage she can do. She might be able to sink the Majestic as well. We'll see what happens here. So SL. Nice. This will be a pretty decent angle to come in at. She doesn't want to ram though, so she's going to stay back. I don't know if I can make this turn angle or not. The Flying Dutchman's flag is probably going to get in the way, but no, I don't think so. It looks fine because her mizzen mast is gone, the gaff mast is gone. So. Alright, awesome. So Lilac, just going to start blasting away. I don't think she's within passive any friendly cheerleaders. I don't think so. Let me make sure Misfortune's Keep doesn't have one. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. So 2L, 3L, 4L cannons. And then she's got ballista as well. So I'll do the regular cannons first. Hit. Miss. Miss. Okay. And then I guess I'll go for the ballista. Yeah, let's try it. Alright, at least no backfires, so that's good. Only 1 hit from the ballista. So only 2 for 6 overall, not great. But so I'll keep the pennant on Crown Jewel. She takes out a mast. It's gonna be, it's like the 3rd mast. Yeah, because then she'll only have rank 2s left. Okay. Can't really see the pennant, but it's there. Interesting. Okay. So in the next hit, we'll take out another mast from the Crown Jewel, basically. Alright. And I guess, well, yeah, we'll see that right now. Pretty much. Well, maybe. She might go after the Great Desert. The only issue is then she's probably going to be subject to the Corsair counterattack if the Corsairs sail out from the home island and attack right away. I don't know if they're going to do that. This attack has been so devastating. I don't know if the Corsairs are really going to push the envelope like that. Eventually, they might piss the pirates off so much the pirates might actually, like, really go and try to eliminate them from the game, which was never... The pirates just want to, like, defend their Textiles Island and have their territorial waters established. They weren't trying to make the Corsairs go extinct right away, but the Corsairs keep pushing the envelope. They might not have a choice in what they try to do. Anyway, so I don't know what's going to happen yet, but either way, Lilac has an extra action. So I'm wondering, she's probably going to go after Nubian Prince, actually, and the Majestic. I think that would be a good idea. So let me go, let's see what I can do here. So S might be kind of an awkward maneuver, but that's okay. It's not going to be a full L either way. Well, actually it might be, depending on how this works. So just going to move L there. Yeah, that looks good. Actually, that looks very good. Oh, perfect. Because she's basically going to brush up against Majestic. She's going to try to tow. So this is kind of a weird situation. They want to tow because if Majestic doesn't have an oarsman, Majestic's +1 to cannons to friendly ships with an S immediately would apply. And it would apply the Lilac's shots that she's about to take. So the Majestic's oarsman, I'm pretty sure, is one of the crew that the pirates have not been able to spy on yet. And they do have one. So in that case, they cannot capture, they can't tow the Majestic because she's not a derelict. But she did not ram. She didn't make the bow contact needed for ramming. So there's no boarding or anything like that. So pirates don't really care too much either way. They mostly just want to start shooting at Nubian Prince. That's a really annoying ship. Let me make sure that she's not within S. So that was okay. It might be too close, actually. Yeah, I guess not quite. It's a tough one. It's really tight. I think she is with an S. Darn. It's really tight, but let me zoom in. Let me just see. I'm gonna go to an extreme zoom level. So if that's the S segment, so I'm like pivoting it. Yeah, it looks like she's just barely with an S. It's a tough one, and she's almost hitting the crown jewel 10 master, so she can't really. She could not really have gone much more to starboard there. So maybe Nubian Prince will survive with one mast this turn. We'll see. Alright. So now I'll shoot again with the Lilac. She's gonna, now that the Majestic has she's got the oarsmen and everything, now the pirates just want to sink her. So the 2L shot does it. And now she's got 3L and 4L. Both miss against the crown jewel. So Lilac, I feel like in that case might as well go for the ballista, shooting again at crown jewel. Okay, at least 2 hits. So a backfire means that she loses a crew, but 2 more hits on crown jewel. So she's really hurting now. Only 3 masts remaining, and then 2 fire masts as well. So Lilac does some solid damage and sinks the Majestic. Alright, possibly the last ship to get actions tonight. Fool's Hope. She's got EA built in. Oh, and she gets it. Nice. Okay, interesting. Let's see. So she's got 3 S cannons and just average speed. She has powder kegs, the better version, that doesn't hold you back as much. Captain Hound's and Oarsman. Okay. Well, that's really good, actually. In that case, she might go after Nubian Prince after all. Yeah. She's in a better position to do that type of thing than anything else, any other ship. Because Kingpin can't, she didn't get her extra action, so she can't get in there. Alright. So there's one action, and then with powder kegs, she's got extended range. Oh, she totally can get there. Let's see. Trying to get one shot on Nubian Prince. Yeah, she's got it. Because I could have angled that a tiny bit differently. Yeah, it hits the prow. Yeah, nice. Alright, blast away. So that misses even with the... Oh, no. I forgot about Osiris. No, that's going to hit. Osiris up to 2 friendly ships with an S ship plus 1 other kin rolls. I haven't even used that. I don't think. Not that I remember. Man, there's so much tracking involved in these crazy combat turns. I don't think I've used that, especially not ×2. So she's within an L of Kingpin and with an S of Osiris. So she gets +2 to her cannon rolls, so that 2 becomes a 4, which hits. So Nubian Prince gets hit there. Put the pennant on to mark the damage. Nice. And I don't think the second cannon is in range of either the Nubian Prince or the definitely not Nubian Prince, and therefore not the Saida either. It's not going to work that angle. Alright, but she does have an extra action, so she's going to try to see how many cannons she can get in range. God, I hate the Nubian Prince. Not as much as Bonaparte, but I would love to sink that right now. So, so she might actually not take on the Saida in full. Maybe she will, because Nubian Prince only, well, 1 more hit will just mast her. So, and she's probably not going to survive. She's not going to be able to do anything on the Corsair turn. Also, that's not going to work. So, alright. Yeah, never mind. I think she's going to advance in full and take on HMB Saida. Try to blast her apart. Whoops. Alright. Yeah, with the +2 to cannon rolls. Pretty nasty. They still have Lars Gaithenhield too. So they'll probably use him elsewhere on the map, is what I'm thinking. Pirates still have firepower at other whirlpools that they can introduce into this crazy battle area. And they might have something else up their sleeve too. Alright. So I don't want to hit the Sargasso, so she's going to stop there. She's pretty much touching the flag of the Crescent Rose. This is a really crowded area. So she's only going to have 3 in range, which is fine. Let me grab this S. Just going to make sure the 3rd one is in range. Yeah, she doesn't even need the extended range this turn. Whoops. Okay, so let me grab this again. The 4th one will not be in range of any enemy ships. That's fine. Alright, so 3 shots. 2s become 4s. Boom. Boom. Oh, nice. Some red hot fire blast shots from Fool's Hope. Alright, so Saida didn't have any hits on her, looks like. Yeah. She did not have a pennant. So it's basically like a mast and a half, essentially. So first 2 shots combined to take out a mast, and then the last one does more damage, so mark a pennant. Alright, so Saida down to 2 masts and 1 fire mast as well. So that was nice. I love the Fool's Hope. Both versions are fun, but the LE version with extra action built in is pretty cool ship. So alright, that does it for some crazy combat. Alright, what's up everybody? Next day, and the pirates will resume their attack. So first, we're gonna use the Scepter, a cheerleader in the fog bank. She gets a 6 coming out of the fog. I think that's gonna be over there, but let me move these around a little bit so I can see it. Yep, alright. So that's kind of an interesting one. That might actually be kind of a problem. Basically, they want this ship to tow the splinter out of the way. I don't know if she's really going to be able to get there. Let's see. Yeah, Fantasia might be in the way a little bit after all. We'll see what happens here. So she's basically going to try to tow her out of the way. I think she might still get there, actually. She might not. No, not quite. Okay. In that case, she might just hang off the side of one of these other ships, probably. Yeah, I think in that case she's not gonna go that far ahead. She's just gonna go over here. And she's gonna end her turn touching both Lee Cantu and the Slave Revolt, in case they want to transfer any cargo from her, or the Scepter can explore if they need any of her crew or whatever on the next turn. Interesting. That does complicate this action a little bit. I just need an action from somewhere to tow the splinter. I think I'll just move on and try a different ship, basically. Let me see. Chasseur is in the fog as well. Let's see. So she has sack, so I might want to use her. I'm probably gonna, yeah, I think I want to use her this turn. Because she has a special ability I might want to use later on. And then Plague of the West, I don't want to use for this. Interesting. Basically trying to get Toruk in order to give her a clear path to move north, but right now the splinter is in the way of that path. But before I give Toruk any actions, I'm going to take care of her SAT. If she doesn't get the SAT, I might not be able to do much anyway with her. But if she gets it, she should be able to go around the ship anyway and get in range either way. So Toruk has SAT via the trainer custom crew, and she does not get it. Alright, in that case, she'll only get 1 action no matter what. So she's not realistically going to be able to get in range on this this turn, which is fine. So let me see where she should go then. I think she just wants to stay near a whirlpool. So she might actually go into the fog pool. I think she probably will do that actually. Let me zoom out a little bit. Yeah, she'll go into the fog pool, I think. Yeah, LSS is not going to get her where she needs to go, really. One, so if she moved L, it would be like 1, S, 2, 3. Yeah, she's going to go into the fog pool. I think that's the best choice for her right now. But another ship might come out of the fog pool right now. Plague of the West. So this one, yeah, this one is disgusting. Alright, so this one's got SAT with reroll. So she's actually got Ocean's Edge Crimson Angel on board, along with Mansell Alcantara. SSS total speed. She's got really good cannons. Alright, so Plague the West. She's going to roll for SAT first. Didn't get it. Reroll. Got it. Nice. Alright, that's big. So now she's going to roll for Fog Bank exit location. Got a 6. So definitely not what I wanted. I think at 2 would have been perfect, but we'll see what we can do here. Yeah, it's not the result I wanted either. Alright, let's see. Or maybe she could go north. Maybe. Let me do a few things to kind of try out some movements here. That's one action. Yeah, she's not going to be able to get in range with that fog roll. She's not realistically going to be able to get in range. She could potentially reach that whirlpool and come out of another one, but I don't think I really want to do that with her. She probably can't get in between those one masters either. So maybe she could hit the Corsairs down there. Ooh. Oh, I like that idea, actually. I think I'm going to do that. Alright, so if we... Oh, yeah. Oh, that'll be much better. Now we can open up another angle of attack. So these are Corsair resource runners down here. Golden Peacock and Griffin. Neither should have a captain. They're just running textiles down there. They are not ready for an attack right now. Alright, here we go. So now they're going to assault the Corsair resource gathering system as well. So we'll see if any cannons are in range here. Oh, I think so. L. So she's got long range cannons at the front, in which case she's going to have at least one in range. Let's zoom in and get a better angle here. This one, yep, this one can hit the flag without being blocked by the jib, the foremast. Alright, so Plague of the West. She's got 2 L cannons, those first 2, but she also has the World Hater ability via Ocean's Edge Crimson Angel. So, ship is ready to deal some damage, shooting at Griffin, and hits both times. So Griffin's going to take out her second mast. So let me go see Golden Peacock and Griffin. I think they both have just helmsmen. Let me see. Golden Peacock, yeah, she has a helmsman, and she's got face up. She's got resources, just like you would expect. And then Griffin is heading to the island, so she is empty except for the helmsman. She does not have any resources. These pirates just have to decide whether or not they want to hit a ship that already has the resources. That's probably what they'll do. Smash the Golden Peacock, or basically smash both. So, alright, so second action is going to be used to attack probably both ships, actually. Yeah. 1, 2. Yeah, I think she's just going to go straight into it. She's going to ram the galley at the bow. Boom. Nice. Alright, she's going to shoot bow to stern. Seeing the first three pretty clearly in range. I'll just make sure on the middle one should all be in range. Oof. Yep, easily hits the oars without getting blocked by the second mast. So 3 shots, shooting at Golden Peacock. Need 2s on these first 2 hits, a 3S. So that's normally would be 1 for 3, but it's 3 for 3 with World Hater. So 3 hits on Golden Peacock. There will be a board involved very soon. So she loses a mast and a half, basically. And now the last 2 shots, trying to dismast Griffin, just need 2s or higher. Oh, so a miss. Okay, so they do not dismast either ship, but that's okay. So, got a house rule with no ram damage. Let me just make sure of that, because it's been a while. I haven't rammed too much in this game. Cannot do damage by ramming except submarines, which can do ram damage both submerged and surface. So that's a house rule we have for this game. Alright, so now, but I'm going to board, because with Mansell Alcantara, I think he's a historical custom crew. She's got the massacre ability. So she's one of the Whirlpool Strike Group attack ships. In this case, coming out of a fog bank instead of a Whirlpool, and is trying to kill crew to feed Captain Davy Jones on the slave revolt. So boarding party starting at 5, so 9. So they're going to win. Golden Peacock barely musters anything. So the pirates win the board 9-2. Golden Peacock's Howison is killed in action. Try to repossess via Captain Davy Jones does not work, so he is dead for good. So a pretty solid attack, smashing up the Corsair resource system. Yeah, there's no way these galleys can fight back effectively. And the most they could hope to do is eliminate 1 mast, but that's not going to be enough. All right, it's time for the next ship. I just rolled a 6 with the Phantom's ability. So this one is another custom from the Bowen brothers. So once per turn before you give the ship an action, roll a d6. On a 6, the ship's base move becomes D for this turn. So like dragon movement. Alright, so she's also got custom crew, Captain Alexander Rose on board for SAT and World Hater. And I'm going to use the SAT now. That didn't work, that's fine. So she's basically, it's hard to get to the Crown Jewel, but I still want to eliminate more mass from her and hopefully make her derelict. So I'm going to use D movement, plop this ship right next to the 10-master. Probably not quite like that, actually. Let me go like that. Yeah. Okay, so both cannons will be in range, and they are 3 S's, but essentially 2 S's with the World Hater bonus. And she's also going to reveal, she has not revealed her captain yet, but it's Blazanar. So this is a custom captain and firepot specialist. So the yep, okay. There's already 1 hit for the next mast on Crown Jewel, so we can use the firepot specialist with this first cannon. Boom. So that eliminates a mast, sets it aflame. Second shot hits as well with the World Hater bonus. So another fire mast placed on the Crown Jewel. So now she has 3 fire masts and only 2 regular masts remaining. Alright, so now to try to finish off Crown Jewel, Barbary Corsair 10-master, the pirates are going to turn to some of their Whirlpool strike groups that were launched from the archipelago. So the Black Pearl is going to roll for an extra action. So she's got Captain Sao Feng and OE Griffin aboard, so she has EA with reroll. Good old WizKids combo. Nice. Alright. That could mean the end of the Crown Jewel. Quite possibly. So she gets an EA right away. So she still has reroll. She wants to use it on a cannon shot, for example. So she's going to come straight through this Whirlpool. Pretty predictable where she's going. And I'll roll for damage. Not damaged. Awesome. The pirate's luck is better today than yesterday so far. Let's see here. So we gotta try to angle this movement so I can get maximum cannons in range. Probably without touching any ships. I don't think there's any benefit to boarding the Gazim right now. So, or ramming her for that matter. So yeah, she's gonna get up in there. Second action is used to get very close to the ship. I think she's gonna only have 2 in range, but that's okay. there's only so many cannons I can get in range at this point. There's not much room to maneuver, obviously. So let me get an L tool and just check to see if that, check to see if that third cannon's in range. Or if I can get it in range somehow, but probably not. Yeah, I think if she, I guess if she does ram, she could get it in range. Actually, I think, actually, you know what? I think I can maneuver this. Yeah, if she turns slightly to port and then goes slightly forward, I think she's got it at that point. Yeah. You just gotta rotate it slightly. Yeah. Okay, cool. Especially with the width of the card being less than that L segment. That works. Alright, so 3 cannons in range, Black Pearl. It's +2 to her cannon rolls with a captain, of course, which she has via OE Griffin. So it's actually the Crown Jewel already has a hit on her next mast to be limited. So if all 3 of these hit, she'll be dismasted and basically doomed. I think she's already doomed, but the pirates want to finish her off. So bow to stern, hit, hit, boom. That's that. So with that, the Crown Jewel has been dismasted from 10 masts to 0. So I'm just gonna make sure that pennant goes away. Yep, okay, there we go. And that was a fire mast. So the Crown Jewel, the flagship of the Corsair fleet, has been laid to waste. All 6 of her crew have been killed. Now she's burning with no masts. Alright, so the Tempest she has 1 action left. She's in a fog bank at the southern area, southeastern area of the ocean, not too far from the Pirates' home island. But the key is she has an ability, if she gets a 6, she can place a whirlpool anywhere on the play area. And she also has a +1 to all D6 rolls crew AVAC, so she can place a whirlpool basically on a 5 or 6, because the 5s become 6s, and the pirates have another ace up their sleeve. They still have an auto 6 left, which is going to be used on the Tempest right now if she doesn't get a 5 or 6. So if she does not, I'm pretty sure I already used her reroll to try to generate an extra action. So either way, the pirates are going to force that roll to a 6 with their final Runes of Thor, reusable Runes of Thor this turn. So with that, they're going to create another whirlpool, and they're going to place it in Corsair waters, basically. So that looks good, and then it's not going to be right there. Let me see how I want to do this. It's going to be right around there. So this is basically going to open up a whole nother front in this Barbary Corsair pirate war. So it's going to be just ludicrous. So they're going to, you can place the whirlpool. It's going to be like Lost, where you can like place it under an enemy ship if you want to, but I don't want it to be, I'm not trying to sabotage the Whisper. I'm just trying to have it be in between the Corsair home island and their Spices Island, which the pirates have designs on because the Blackleaf has a town and military port upgrades. So the pirates are trying to create another launch point at one of the Barbary Corsair islands that they're sharing with the English, actually. So this could really piss off the English too. I don't know how much they'll be able to do about it, but anyway. And the pirates also have another ulterior motive with placing this whirlpool here, but you'll see what that motive is later in the turn. But for now, that's what the Tempest does with her special ability, creates a whirlpool. I think that looks like the right location. That looks good enough. I think it's the right distance away from a wild island where any ships launched from the pirate military port will be able to go straight into this whirlpool with a single move action, or at least a lot of them will be. And then if they need another one, they could maybe next turn they could create another whirlpool on like the east side of the island. So the pirates want to put more and more whirlpools in play because they know how much power they have in the whirlpool strike group. So the more whirlpools there are, the more points that their ships can come out of. So, alright, and then of course there's other aspects to it too that you might have an idea about from the battle reports of the past. But anyway, concerning one of the other evil factions on the ocean. So now they're going to kind of do a little bit of a, not a coup d'etat, but they're going to do a little kind of a douchey move here. So Kadag Merchant is actually the personal supply ship for the Queen Anne's Revenge. So she essentially was launched with a bunch of oarsmen and the dinghy ability specifically to supply the Queen Anne's Revenge. Actually, I think I'll place this whirlpool a tiny bit closer. Yeah, so let's say I pre-measured this before. Yeah, let's go like barely within range. Yeah, okay. So Kadag Merchant comes through the whirlpool, rolls for damage, no damage, and then with Dinghy, she can explore a ship or island with an Esper as a free action. So this is because the Blackleaf was not able to reach this wild island this turn, this Spice Island here in the northeast, but the pirates want to colonize it and basically make it theirs as soon as possible. So they're going to explore it now, and then next turn, Blackleaf can dock there, unload her town upgrade, which claims it as an island for the pirates, and then she'll also be able to upgrade it to a military port on the turn after next turn. Alright, so continuing the attack, or potentially continuing, the next thing the pirates want to do is see what kind of extra actions and same action twice they get recently confirmed with Wolf on the rules thread at Pirates of Ben. They can roll early for extra action and same action twice abilities as much as you want to. The reason they're going to do it here is just so they have a better idea of which ships they can give a second action to coming out of the whirlpool, because you need an extra action on the other side in order to do any damage. So they're going to roll for extra action on Stormcloud first, their 10 master near the archipelago. She has reroll, but it doesn't work, so no double action for Stormcloud this turn. That might affect their plans quite a bit, actually, but we'll see. So I'll just go on to some of the other ones. Kordak is the next one. This one's got extra action. In my spreadsheet, it doesn't look like she has reroll, so okay, so that one did not work either. So their attack's going to be a little bit more limited in scope now that they're failing some of these rolls. Freedom Fighter has sack, though. That's where this gets ugly, is where they have a guaranteed action coming through the whirlpool. Fiasco, let me check on her real quick. She has sack as well. Okay. Oh wow, I didn't even realize that. Interesting. Okay, so Fiasco will probably come through. So those two ships are probably coming through. So these other ones will just have to make room in the meantime, which isn't too difficult. They'll probably come through a different whirlpool. Maybe the fog pool south of the battlefield is probably where those other ships will emerge from, or arrive from. Alright, so no double actions there. Chasseur has sack as well. She's definitely going to attack this turn. And then let's check out some of these other ones. Kanohi Dragon. Let me find that one in the spreadsheet. So it looks like she doesn't have a source of extra actions. So it looks like they're running low on those at this point, but that's fine. Cardanui. Let's check out that one. That one's more of a cheerleader. Okay. Alright. It's good to know. Dead Man's Revenge, she won't have any extra actions and stuff like that. Screecher, probably not either. I don't think. Yeah, no. Okay. So I think that's most of it then. Because Tempest is just, she only has one action left. She's one action to get to the fog bank in the south fog pool. And then she did get her EA, but she'll need it just to go to the other fog pool. I think I'm going to do that right now, actually. I don't think they're going to have many SAT or extra action chances left. So I'm going to move Tempest, her second action, goes into the whirlpool inside the southern fog pool and emerges from the northeastern fog pool and immediately is lost in that fog bank. Just getting her into a better position for next turn. And then I think Wretched, a couple more ships down in the south. Wretched and Albatross have not gotten actions yet. They don't have any AAs though, so they're not going to be able to come out of a whirlpool and do damage. Okay, so it's going to be mostly up to the sack ships in order to do some more damage here. So I'll get some logistics going and see where they want to pop out. Alright, so the pirates have gotten a few ships out of the way of some others that have sack, clearing the way for them to enter a whirlpool and come out through the new one that the Tempest created earlier this round in the northeast, or the far northeast corner, basically. So Perfidy is going to be the first up in that regard. So she's going to get in action to enter this whirlpool. She's going to come out over here, rotate around here. It's going to come out right there, roll for damage, no damage. And she's got a bunch of oarsmen, so I'm going to sack one of those. So if it gets repossessed by Captain Davy Jones, that's optional, if I even want to roll. But if he repossessed it, then I wouldn't get the action. The crew has to stay eliminated for it to work. So it's going to say bye-bye oarsmen. So it's -1 of their point total, and this allows the Perfidy to get an action coming out of the whirlpool, which is the real key. I think she's going to basically just go right here pretty much. Let me see what other abilities. So she's got World Hater, so her cannons are essentially rank 2. She's got a shipwright, filching gold. Okay. Now she's down to 3 oarsmen aboard. So I'm going to shoot the 2 S's at the Queen of Sheba. So we're going to blast away 2 hits on Queen of Sheba. Takes out a mast. She actually wants to dismast the Whisper though, if possible. So she's going to shoot her L-range cannons. She's got a couple of them. 1 hit on Whisper. So I'll mark the pennant there. Alright. So another attack out of the whirlpool. And now the Corsair resource system is really going to start hurting, because now they're coming under attack from all angles. So at first it was just that battlefront, but then Plague of the West came out of the fog bank, and with an extra action moved 6S to speed down and slam 2 of their runners that were gathering textiles, and now even the ships gathering spices are also coming under attack. And there's going to be more, because we're going to continue the assault. From the archipelago, another division or squadron of the Whirlpool Strike Group is getting into action. Deliverance, Kordak, and Stormcloud, they all do not have extra action, so they kind of move to the northern area of the Whirlpool, but that allows Freedom Fighter to get in action next. So Albino's going to come through too, but she's going to be supplying these ships from afar. So Freedom Fighter is the next to come through the Whirlpool, and she's also going to emerge from over here. And I haven't determined exactly who she's going to attack, but I think she's going to go for the Tiger's Eye. She might as well, because she's got some S-range cannons that will be pretty good against the Tiger's Eye. So Freedom Fighter, I'll find her in my spreadsheet. She has a gold capture ability aboard too, actually, but she's got sack, and she's got World Hater built into the ship. So this one, I don't know how easy this one will be to find in my spreadsheet, or in the deck plate areas, I mean. So I'll find it later. So let's see. Whirlpool damage. No whirlpool damage. She's gonna sack an oarsman, and she's gonna surge forward. So SLS speed. Let me see how I'm gonna angle this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna angle it like this. Rotate on bow. Yeah, this looks great. And then she's going to be given a partial move segment there. She basically just wants her bow L cannon in range of Genie of the East, and then her S range cannons are in range of Tiger's Eye, which is perfect. So, alright, let's shoot bow to stern. Just need a 2 or higher against Genie. Alright, so that one misses. Now I just need S range cannons are 3 S's, but they're boosted via World Hater, so 3 is hit. only one hit there, and then I need a 2 or higher on the last cannon. Alright, so 1 mast off Tiger's Eye. So she'll take out the middle mast because her stern mast is a 3L on Tiger's Eye. So another Whirlpool sacking ship coming through, doing some damage against a resource runner. Now we're gonna make our way back to the archipelago, where Fiasco is gonna be the next one to come through. She also has sack, so she's coming through. So Fiasco is a really crazy ship. It's like a 24-point custom 5-master with some really wild abilities. I don't think they're going to see any action here right now, but anyway, it's pretty crazy stuff. I think I'm going to try to let Chasseur handle the Majestic. She should be able to score 2 hits on Majestic, or on Whisper, sorry. Majestic has already been sunk back at the main battlefield area. So Fiasco is going to come out. Thinking about how I want to do this. Put it to English, but I don't know that I want to get them involved right away. Could also try to round the Tiger's Eye, but I don't think I'll have the range for that. Let me make sure these aren't gunships. Yeah, no, that's just Winds of Vengeance and Splendor. So no Corsair gunships there. I think she's just gonna surge forward. This is nuts. Alright, just gonna surge forward and start blasting away. So, looks like I'm gonna have all 5 in range. Yeah, that one can hit the oars at a minimum. And this one, just gonna zoom in to see if I can get this one. Probably shoot stern to bow based on this angling. Actually, this one might not be in range. Let's see. So, like right about there, it does. Okay, no, we're good. It hits the prow without being blocked by the 4th mast. So that one's good to go as well. So Fiasco, next ship to get in action. She has a fire pot specialist and a chain shot specialist. So, and World Hater. So her cannons are boosted, just like many of the others in this pirate fleet. So, let me think about what I want to do. I think, yeah, I'll get the fire pot going here soon. There's no hits on Genie yet, though, so the first one should just be a regular. Try to get a regular hit first before I go to the fire pot. So I'll go stern to bow, regular shot. That hits with World Hater. Fire pot specialist hits on 3 or higher. Okay, so the fire pot missed. In that case, probably go with the chain shot next. In that case, yeah, let's go with the chain shot. Oh man, so that missed too. Okay, all right, fair enough. So now I just have regular 3S and 4L. Alright, so that one hits, so that's 1 mast eliminated, and that one misses. So 1 mast off. Genie of the East. She has really terrible cannons, but anyway, I'll take a 4 mast off there. And then Albino is going to come through as well. I think she'll come out a little later, because I want to use Chasseur first. So this one has sack as well. The Charlotte de Berry. So Captain Helmsman sack, and it says it's got an ability: when the ship makes an enemy ship derelict, roll a d6 on a 5 or 6. Place both this ship and the derelict ship at your home island. And then she's got oarsmen, of course, to back that up. So Chasseur is going to come through, predictably up here as well. She might go. Let's see how I want to angle this. Probably come out like that, I think. Yeah, she wants to leave room at the Whirlpool for other ships. So, yeah, I'm just going to go for it. So, Whirlpool damage. Okay, so she takes some kind of damage. I'll probably take out an oarsman, because the mast is probably going to take longer to repair. Yeah, she does not have a shipwright that I can see. So she'll lose an oarsman through the Whirlpool, and then she'll lose an oarsman via sack as well. So she'll lose 2. So now she sacks. order to get an action coming out of the whirlpool. Really, she just wants to capture the ship with her ability, essentially. She might be able to hit the hyena as well, though. So I might go there with her first segment. Let me see what I can do here with the cannon ranges. I think that'll be a pretty good spot for her. It looks like it to me. Yeah, because this way she'll still have 2 cannons in range of the hyena as well. So I don't think the pirates have attacked the English at all yet, but obviously the pirates have design on the Spices Island, and they're not really too concerned, I guess you could say, or intimidated by the English at the current time. So they realize they might be making an additional enemy, but they may or may not care about that. But really, they're trying to capture the Whisper, just to use the Chasseurs' ability, pretty much, just to use it, to get an idea of what it's like. It'll probably fail, but we'll see. And also, in that case, they could repair the Whisper at their home island. I guess this turn, really, because then Whisper would be part of their fleet, and she has not been given an action on the pirate turn if they capture her. So then they could repair her, and at the end of the turn, trade her in for like 6 points for the launch session. So, alright, so let's get to the shooting. Chasseur, bow to stern, 2S at Whisper. That one hits, so that takes out, whoops, that one takes out the 1 mast on Whisper. Now she's gonna blast away again, so that's a 3L that missed. Yeah, because she does not have World Hater. Okay, cool. So I'll shoot another one, another 3L at Whisper. That one misses as well. Alright, so in that case, all 3 3Ls have to go at the Whisper. Oh man, alright, so she just totally drops the ball. Alright. Pirates have had kind of a maybe slightly below average luck this turn. They only got 1 out of their 9 AAs, and some of these shots and extra actions are not really landing where they want them to. So that's kind of annoying, but oh well. We'll see what happens. So I think just to finish this little snippet of the attack run, Albino is going to be the next ship coming through the whirlpool. She's actually capable of fighting as well, but she's mostly a supply ship. So she's got a bunch of oarsmen on board, and these ships are going to need it. Well, maybe not need it yet, but they basically just lost 4 oarsmen between, or no, I think 5. Yeah, I think 5 actually. I think they all sacked, right? So they just lost like 4 or 5 oarsmen between those 4 ships. So Albino is going to be heavily used here. She might actually be used immediately, I think. Because I think, let me check to see if she has dinghy. Albino, okay. Yeah, she has dinghy actually. So in that case, they're going to end their turn by, let me see where she wants to come out here. I think she'll come out like over here. Pretty much. Just have to angle slightly so she doesn't crash into the other ship there. Okay. Yeah, she'll come out right there and immediately use dinghy to explore the Chasseur as a free action and give her, I guess, 2 oarsmen out of her 5 that she has on board, so that Chasseur is back up to 3 total oarsmen.